If you've watched a lot of YouTube videos about things to do on Kauai, I would be willing to bet you haven't heard of any of the small businesses I'm going to highlight today. Well, I mean, unless you've been watching my YouTube videos. Living on Kauai, having a humongous family and lots of friends that constantly come, I've been to all of them. These are my favorites. There are other good places as well, but these are my favorites, and these are the ones that I wanted you to know about as well.
With Annie to Kauai.
Life is short. Buy the beach house. Live the dream. When I first started this YouTube channel, my idea was, of course, I'd talk about real estate, but I also really wanted to highlight small businesses on Kauai, which if you watch this, I hope you see that I have done that. And one of the reasons why I love highlighting small businesses on Kauai is because Kauai is a tropical paradise. I think it's the most beautiful place in the world. It's why I choose to live here. It is not what we would call a business-friendly environment. Not only because of the physical isolation, which is part of it. Laws are generally not considered business friendly. Finding employees is extremely difficult. Part of that is our lack of affordable housing. Just finding people that can help you build your business. It's really tough. I really admire these people that are able to build these great, sustainable small businesses. So I decided to do a series on the small businesses I want to highlight. You may have heard me talk about these before. You may not have. These aren't just small businesses that need support. They're great businesses which you can support while you're here. So I thought I'd do this in 3 parts. I'm going to start with the North Shore of Kauai, then go to the east side, and then do the south and west side. My favorite place to get chocolate on the North Shore is Chocolat Hanalei. It's this tiny, and by tiny I mean teeny tiny, probably the interior is about the size of this table. And it's this tiny little shop in Hanalei that's only open from noon to 5 every day, and it sells chocolate. Now, all of the chocolate in this store is grown in the Wainiha Valley, so it's single source origin, and it's delicious. So my 2 favorite items at Chocolat Hanalei, one is this one, which is passion fruit caramels. So it's dark chocolate, sea salt, caramel, and passion fruit, which we like to refer to as lilikoi. It's delicious. I mean, honestly, I give one of these away as gifts all the time, and people love them. They're so delicious. Another one I really like there are the gingerbread bark. So it's dark chocolate with crystallized ginger on top. Their chocolate bars, though, they tell me are their second best seller. The passion fruit caramels are number 1, but their regular chocolate bars are their second best seller. And they have a whole array of different types of chocolate. So when you're in Hanalei, definitely make sure you stop by Chocolat Hanalei between noon and 5. Check it out. Another great spot in Hanalei is Holey Grail Donuts. So Holey Grail Donuts started as just like a little food truck in Hanalei that was only open on Sundays, where they would hand fry fresh donuts. Now I know there's this trend in donuts that donuts are getting bigger and bigger, and they're like just piling things on top of them, right? That is not a Holey Grail donut. Holey Grail donuts are normal to small in size. They're made with coconut oil instead of butter, so they are vegan, and they have taro. They're not completely gluten-free, but they have less gluten than your typical donut because they do use taro to make them. The flavors at Holey Grail change every week, but they will have one flavor that they'll have the entire month, every month. And you can go online and check out what flavors they have. One of the exciting things about Holey Grail is, even though it started as a little food truck in Hanalei, which is still there, which you can still go to, which is in the little food truck courtyard next to the liquor store in Hanalei. They've gotten more funding. They have another food truck in Kapa'a across from Chicken in a Barrel. They have 2 stores on Oahu and 2 in Los Angeles. So it's this little food truck that started in Hanalei that's just exploding and going to a lot of other places. My favorite donuts when I go to Holey Grail, of course, are anything with lilikoi or passion fruit. But their flavors are always great. And they do change weekly, so there's always something new to try. So there's a coffee shop in Kilauea, which you have definitely heard me talk about before, called Trilogy. My favorite thing at Trilogy is their avocado toast, which is amazing. It doesn't look like avocado toast anywhere else, and it's delicious. They are very particular about what avocados they use. If the avocados aren't ripe, then they won't have it. So they don't have it every day. So you have to just show up and see if they have it. But it's delicious. And they put it in a bed of olive oil with some microgreens and some other seasonings. And they put it on a bread here called Midnight Bear bread. And when I do my South Side review, I'm going to talk about that bakery more because it's in Hanapepe. That might be the favorite bakery on Kauai. So everything is curated, right? Not only the avocados, but the bread, the microgreens. It's all selected to just have the most amazing avocado toast. At Trilogy, which is a coffee shop, they have great coffee, lots of vegan treats. So if you're vegan, this is definitely a place to check out. They also have lots of different exotic chocolates, great cookies, and other things to try. But Trilogy is definitely a great place to check out while you're on Kauai. Right next to Trilogy in Kilauea is Kauai Juice Company. Now, Kauai Juice Company might be the largest small business I'm highlighting today, but they have done such a great job building a business on Kauai. They started in Kapa'a, they opened in Kilauea, there's also one in Kaloa, and they do cold pressed juices with mostly tropical fruit, but lots of other things too. If you want to do a juice fast, you can order a juice fast through them. Kauai Juice Company also makes great hot sauces. I have a client who every time she comes here, she goes and buys about 15 of their hot sauces, different flavors, and she gives them away as gifts. She thinks it's like the greatest hot sauce in the world, and it is good. They also have really cute swag, so if you're looking for a hat or a shirt, they've got options like that as well. It's really a thriving business that it's exciting to see on Kauai. In that same little area in Kilauea, you have Hunter-Gatherer. Now, Hunter-Gatherer is a really unique store. You know, often when you go shopping in these places, you kind of see the same thing in every store. That is not true of Hunter-Gatherer. These are very curated, selected items. There's a great quote from the owner, and it says that all the items in Hunter-Gatherer are curated by a man on a mission to find the coolest bleep possible. And it is really, they have some great stuff. So let me show you just a couple of things that I've purchased at Hunter-Gatherer. One I've talked about before, which is this Doug Britt picture. Doug Britt is a famous Kauai painter, and I loved this painting. I just love it. I think it's what's not to love. I got this at Hunter-Gatherer a few years ago. I'll go to Hunter-Gatherer just once in a while and see if they have any of these baskets, which always sell out. These baskets have a really large base. So people here love to use them at farmers markets because you can put your fruits and vegetables around and they're not all squishing on top of each other. So when they have these, I'll buy a handful of them. They make a great gift to give. But Hunter-Gatherer just is full of, you can get crystals there, Turkish towels, gift cards, unique books. They have a lot of things that you just don't find in other stores. It's a great place to find things for yourself or for a gift for someone else. Now we're going to swing back to Hanalei, where of course I love Pink's. Pink's is an ice cream shop in Hanalei that I love. I've done a YouTube video on it. My niece Veronica that spent the summer with me, I got her a job there. I love Pink's. But Pink's is great. It can have a long line. If you're at the beach and someone needs to run in to get lunch, you can go there and get grilled cheese sandwiches. Or if you're eating in Hanalei and you want some ice cream, it's a great place to stop by on your way home. But their ice cream is excellent, made on Maui, sold in Hanalei, and their grilled cheese is awesome as well. So I definitely recommend Pink's. The last place I want to highlight today has been around for a very, very, very long time. And there are actually two sister stores in Hanalei. One is Backdoor, which is in the Qingyang village, and the other is across the street in the old Hanalei school, which we call the Hanalei Center, and that's Hanalei Surf Shop. So Hanalei Surf Shop and Backdoor, they sell similar but different items, right? T-shirts, sweatshirts, surf gear. You can rent surfboards, Olokai flip-flops, other brands of flip-flops, like surf accessories and clothing, hats, sunglasses. But whenever people come here and they want to find a t-shirt that they're going to wear home that says Hanalei, these are the stores that they look at. And in my experience, I would say 80% of the time, they buy their t-shirt or their sweatshirt in one of these stores. They have super cute stuff. Let me show you one. So this is my most recent purchase at Backdoors in Hanalei. I love the color. I love a hoodie. I was going back to the mainland for something and I needed something warm to wear, and this was perfect. And it just says Hanalei with a wave on it. Right, so every couple of years, even I get something new there. But my friends and family that come to visit almost always buy something there. And they have great options for little kids to adults. Before we wrap it up, another quick highlight I wanted to do is Tiare Hanalei. Tiare Hanalei is jewelry with a pearl theme, which you can find at the Princeville Farmers Market on Saturday. So I recently got these earrings from Tiare Hanalei, and I really, really like them. I've gotten tons of compliments on them, and so I also wanted to highlight them and plug them. Unfortunately for me, none of these companies are sponsoring me, but it is fortunate for you. They're honestly just places that I love, and if I can help promote them, I'm happy to do that. It's a small island, so I do know some of the owners, but there's no financial incentive for me. Really what it is sometimes I go on YouTube and I watch other travel videos about places to go, and they're almost always done by people who have either never been to Kauai or maybe they've been here once. They seem to just repeat themselves over and over and over. So all the places that I've talked about today, I've never seen them on any other YouTube video. And they're great small Kauai businesses. As a realtor on Kauai, I'm also kind of a small business owner. And one way you can support my small business is liking and subscribing below.